Whatever. Dumelang. How's it? In the name of Christ? It's your girl, Cranky. I hope you're good. I hope you're peachy. I hope you're Stella, and I hope you're in a neat little bunch. If you're not, welcome to the party. Is that just not the story of our lives? My edges are just not giving. I don't even know what to do. Except I don't care. Oh, do I? Angazi. One day's one day. Maybe I'll learn how to lay edges. For now, this is all we got. This is all we got. This is what our hair looks like. And every so often, our hair has cat hair in it. Because we have cats. Like, whatever. I'm extremely exhausted. I'm very tired. Mara, it is what it is. I'm tired of coming here every single day, recording every single day, doing whatever I need to do every single day. It's all very exhausting. Mara Batu, they appear to not really care. Look, who cares? Look, I don't care anymore. Like, is it evident? Distractions, I'm just weary. Mara, everything yakhathatsa when you're tired, so I guess whatever. Ke batla motho o qetang ho driver in anyamele, make like Houdini and poof, disappear. Unyametse, very well. So, kajeko ke di 8 tsa 11 November 2024. Just a strange day, whatever. It's 16:12, maybe 13 by now. And the topic of the day is like stale bread, and then there's bread and an emoji that says and then another emoji that says and soft biscuits, and then there's a biscuit, and then an emoji that's like ooh. So two are your dark arts, and then there are two little witches over there, a male and a female. Yes, eventually. And then there's a schmuck on the side, because we get victory. Let's say it again. Like stale bread and soft biscuits, so too are your dark arts, eventually. Look, I'm tired. Ke kgathetse lesele lena le nonsense lenyoko le rubbish. And angibayi iskelem yakhona angisbayi. Iskelem sa lida nonsense na lida rubbish. I think I like it like when my hair is there. What do you think? Except I don't even think mina nginendaba at this particular juncture as to what's going on. Mara ke mo epatile di riri tsaka, di earrings, sorry. Oh goodness, wow. Mamela, okay? Baloi. I don't even know why I have to keep coming here to record, cause mina frankly you're tired. But whatever, we're here, so it is what it is. So you that one. Boloi balona nkare biscuit is soft. It's not crunchy anymore. It's like boroto bo stale. Mara, there's nothing else going on in these streets. Alena chelete, so you gotta just swallow it, cause boroto ke boroto ke boroto. Life ke life ke life. Let's just take it as straight. Anything etlang fela, re vele re dule, re blome. Renke rubbish, re je boroto ba kgale. Because really, if we don't, we're gonna starve. That's literally what eventually happens ka lona baloi. This is yet another interlude. Mara, recently, I have been able to edit my uninterlude videos. And I'm looking forward to uploading them bam bam double whammy. Right next to this particular video. Ke maswabi ka situation. Mosifatlagong. White car sunscreen, but at least my skin's clearing, so whatever. My hyperpigmentation is still gonna be a thing. Mamela. Alright, Baloi. Ke maswabi habutlukuhambi. This is not gonna be your going concern. Ha ke sure nanore situation e last as baka se se kakang. Langkutwa. Boloi balona ke chilo maobane gore bona le sell by date. It has a finish line. It has a finito, a finale. A whatever, like we're done here, no more are we ever gonna engage in this particular feat again. Mara ha se ke go foster king. Mara, the sad and disquieting thing is, just like Motros Nang Chelete Mara, there's nothing but the biscuits that have gone soft, they've stopped being crunchy. Mara, there's apparently no mold on it yet, so bajecha and hauna chelete yalo rega a new Sasco loaf. You be out just still eating it. Double false, double hair, shot top of that. So unfortunate. Looking at all different kinds of little mapobis, looking at Russian, moborotombo stale. Have you ever had a sandwich like that before, guys? Kupatri construction work and just like witches, despite may I continue? Mamelang sikilalaja borotobo daily because there's no other choice. Like when you're in school, yeah, perfect. Like remember back in the day when you were in high school, every so often I experienced things like those because people in my family ascertained again ever for the rest of my life, such that I have to depend on other people. So I can't just get in my car and then go to Woolies or to Spar or whatever, and then eat that or call takeaway or Santinyana, basically just fix the situation. So I have been reverted back to high school or primary, like back in the dry old days of dependency on parents. Back in the desert, the Kalahari, the Sahari, the Arabic windy, swelly desert, sandy. Ke khutliseditswe nna go Kalahari ya go ba a child wa school. O tshwantsang ke rubbish in this, right? Until Motswadi does a different thing. Until Motswadi I replenish the grocery, guys, but rough my life. Have you do you remember the time and remember? Ole ashy ole dry. O tshwere ke tlala engwe ya hot no. Motswadi wa teng ke ngwame stingy karkanji type miser. So ha go fa enough money ya go reka mazimbanyana after school. Unale just enough nje fela to purchase hot dog engwe ya go bora ya go dura ya go tuck shopong. Like it's so expensive, don't nobody know why a hot dog costs that much. So that's all you had, and you've got like a hard knock situation ya tlala all up in your grill. O ya go gae ka hungry look, like you all parched, is looking kind of gray, ashy purple. Those are your lips. Walking ko letsatsing lengwe le hard knock. Lelele trapang bana ba skolo fela, cause proper I have never experienced that kind of sun ever in my life, other than when I was in school. It's like it targeted you, like a contract assassin. Lezatzila after school, walking back from school, guys, and I've never felt any sun like that in my life. After getting out of high school, after getting my own car, I never experienced Lezatzile Jwalo ever again. It's like Lena Lis Queen, Shikobaneng. Let the rapa dintwana. Uta feel nkare wa punishwa ke nature. Just walking from school to home. Kunzima dragging, waitsi, that 1 little kilometer, maybe even 500 meters, be feeling like you're doing the Comrades Marathon. Because there's a thing here, limona. Like Icarus, you be getting too close to the sun. How much I get like at the school holidays. Yo, it's because I have to walk home from school every day. Now when I get back from school, because for some strange reason, linked at the as one school. Anyone else. So that's why and I don't appreciate you calling me Tala, because this is dark brown. It's not Tala no matter whatever. My grandmother used to say Kimotala every time I would go and visit her after school holidays. Kadi school holidays, sorry, because minions were dark. Nekiba muntu. Keletsatsi la go walk tisha, guys. So after doing that trek through the Kalahari Desert, otherwise known as the route back from home, from school to home. Yeah, after doing that trek, I mean, you deserve like a meal buffet, dog. Like everything. Like I'm telling you, like chocolate cake, even in the end for dessert, ice cream. You deserve juice ekana. Let me see anang di icy. You deserve broto ba soft di scono. You deserve the buns avening. That's what you freaking deserve when you come back from school after trudging through the Kalahari, otherwise known as the route from school to home. It's a desert. Everybody know that. And it got beef to pick with some school kids. Y'all know you ain't never felt that sun on your back ever since primary and high school. Not even the varsity sun was that bad. It was always just school kids. And it made us 10 shades darker. For whatever reason, it had a bone to pick le rona fela. Because bo batswadi ba rona never experienced anything like that. Older siblings in university never experienced that kind of sunburn. Like, ain't nobody but school kids. It got a bone to pick with us. It got a bone to pick with them 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, 13, 14-year-olds. And back then, I was out here trudging through a Kalahari desert every single day. And when you get home after Otsoreketlala, because tuck shop hamburger, tuck shop hot dog, skatlompora, sugar, does nothing. And if you don't pack his captain, safo sly, leban, Otsoreketlala until to wait again, ufika ko gae and your stomach is like grrr, grrr, grrr. If you still had 5 bob left, maybe we can a little bit of that lala out on Mazimba Ale outside of the school gate. The Arakisankim cause what then cause what's Borawaranta. Mara if no feli lake chalta haho cause when I insist like a tax shop food. That's what's good. Grrr is gonna linger and chomeaho yo fa Mazimbana I for how mukopa or maybe utarino nagi brigile nix mapa. Stench. Karakanchi kauka taya. Tumbalito. Koba Mazimba girl. Hadin sisters have a share out of a one lay 2 direction. This is squashy yogo vibes. It's giving scurvy. It's giving rider on the black horse with a scale, with 2 scales. A quarter wheat with scales in his hands. A quarter wheat for a denarius. 3 quarts of barley for a denarius. To not harm the oil and the wine. It's like what? Horseman of the apocalypse be out here manifesting through your best friend. Girl, how about the Mazimba? I too. So nothing helps. And then you start trudging, you start treading. Like, even if you wait a little while, like, goodness, it's like, what is it, afternoon? No, 4 p.m. When the sun is starting to chill out, it is still going to trap you. Like I said, let's bone to pick le school. What was that about? Why was it training? Was it like just, the Bible says the crucible for silver, the furnace for gold. The Lord tests the heart. Maybe mudimuna test abana baskolo ka letsatsi leo cause ke feel nka rena le otla bana baskolo fela rona fela mudimo mara why anyway la le gopo it was like God testing us are do ruta hore re ba batho re tie sekilambo are otla whipping us from the heavens. And then the also happens to come little had no go intense because motswadi wa gago ke ngwame ke ka re kantsi dumba lehlo and then you get home, dog. Like what? You deserve a buffet. You deserve dessert, 3-course meal. You deserve metsi a preparelweng anang di ice tse 20. You deserve icy. You deserve take 5. You deserve orose kaofela e freezing e batang e tswang fridging. You deserve it all. You deserve it all. Why do you deserve? Because you've been through the Kalahari after all. And then you open the fridge, dog. Like, yo, I'm a rabatswadi sometimes. Yes, sometimes. I'm a person. Like, this is wrong. Like, I'm a person. Like, what's with the insensitivity? You get home, yo. After school, motho a teng o go file career go ba here e swaka ha ya go fepa ha o kena ko jarateng tshwantse lo bula gate for 10 hours trying to figure out gore ke se se feng se sebetsang letsatsi sentse le go hotla. So it's bad enough go bula gate ngoba ma wa khona ubeke ama what do they call this thing, the lock or little chain is at 20. Yo, it's like I'm just a kid. Like I'm just a kid. Why are the loco say 20? Like I'm just a kid and I'm dying from the Kalahari. I need to drink water. On top of that, urine. Like you used the Lucas Kolong house am I. After school, you used the bathroom at school. You did. Mara somehow, somewhere, I know your bladder gonna be here. Yeah, that's the bladder. Do you understand what I'm saying? It lets even though you walked for, when you do your mathematics and you count in retrospect, now that you're working in corporate South Africa, you come to discover that distance from your high school to Koheno ain't jack. It literally ain't jack. It's nothing. It's really small, but in school, it feels like 5 kilometers. It feels like 702 walk the talk at 29K. It feels really long. But when you go and you visit either Hlongwane or Koheno or whatever, and you are now in a vehicle, the same distance in the same distance in a guys. You look at it on Samara, I can take this. It's nothing. When you're all grown up, it looks like nothing. Because you have not been walking it every single day of your life. Maybe even like at Saturday when there is a sporting day, is going. You don't walk it every day. You only would need to walk it once if you want nostalgic memories to remember to be in school and largely. And so it looks like 1 little meter. It looks like nothing. It looks like absolutely zero, hollow, note, and ash when you are going to go and vakashela your grandmother, or to go and vakashela your mother, to go and vakashela basically where it is that you grew up. That distance don't look like jack. It don't look like nothing. But during the time in the season when you were in school, it felt like 10 kilometers going home. It felt like 10K, Langudra. And as a kid, you don't even have the discipline. Drink 8 cups or glasses of water a day. Usually, such disciplines, you invest in them when you start to know a little bit more. You're now into lifestyle. You're a young adult and you insist on carrying a water bottle all over the show so you can get your 2 liters of water a day. You drink water when you're thirsty. Like, really, relax, blum, make like a flower. I don't even know when was the last time I was ever thirsty. I thoroughly don't remember the last time I was ever thirsty because I don't wait to get thirsty. I drink so much water every single day that I don't remember what it's like to be thirsty. Do you understand? But back in the day, I was always thirsty because of the fact that I only drank water when I was thirsty. A person that only drinks water when they're thirsty should not be needing to pee that much, for crying out loud. Like, I pee a lot right now because I drink tons of water. I'm very frustrated in this particular season because we're busy inside a bucket. It's really very taxing. It's excruciatingly taxing to be in this situation. It's like a moth archer eating away at your jersey. Like, relax. Yeah, it's taxing because of the fact that so I have to keep on squatting really low, long drop rusty dusty, just to pee. It's horrific. But when I was in high school, I would not have needed to use the loo so very many times a day in the middle of construction because, like I said, I only drink water when I'm thirsty. And when you only drink water when you are thirsty, your body goes right to work to use that water for what it needs that water for. And so rarely ever are you going to get anything coming out on the other side. So why under heaven a full bladder? Only when we walk from school to home. What is with the full bladder? It's almost as if though it has it in for you. It's almost as if though it has it in for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's just so much distraction, so much activity on the periphery of me. Just leave me alone. I need to be able to talk here without any distractions. But you see, this is the life that I have now, where I just have to take in my stride anything and everything that everybody throws in my direction and get life. The other day, I did a video with a whole bunch of construction work happening. Body disposer, and I just had to deal because you went and grabbed Fuzzy, middle-aged. I'm 40 now. Yeah, and made it impossible for her to basically go to the mall and regroup at a restaurant eating a muffin while construction work is being completed at Jardini because yeah, I can't do that. I have to just take in my stride, literally, from the left to the right, up and down, spinning on the spot in Dabayuguti. If I have distractions today, I have distractions. If I've got people encircling me today, I got people encircling me. If I've got people picking up, litter, Banzabali busy just encircling my car, sometimes even having a conversation around me, I just gotta deal because this is what the lot I've been given. This is the lot I've been given. This is the cross that I gotta bear. This is what I just gotta take in my stride. So yeah, Ramona, with all these distractions, with my mind out here being, you know, like what's the word that I'm talking, like segregated. Like I can't focus, I can't concentrate because I'm concerned about things like eavesdropping. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, when people are busy walking around my general vicinity, when I'm here talking, I am very paranoid and I can't speak with candor because I gotta speak what it is that I gotta speak that is very taboo. But I can't do anything of that nature easily when there's a lot of distractions, but I trudge through it anyway, don't I? Y'all have given me the life of a little girl, a little child. Hey, I have this tissue in my hand because really, I told you, all my weird little quirks, even though they might be gross to you today, one day, everything is gonna sound like a beautiful hymn in a church when you're super god lame. It's gonna be giving Holy Spirit vibes. No mangfinya pamgwe nangnanda. And as soon anizobanda banani. Kotwa for now, ukdelela njengebhokat inlabo nindlule very dangerous terrain anyway. Moving on right ahead. Herein lies a middle-aged woman that's like a 14-year-old child. Mamela. Even though somehow ali attack the urge to urinate, the urge to pee, it tends to sashala you like mafutankareke hebexe. Mara. Literally something like 2 minutes before you use the loo. After school, the bell goes, and you flood to the bathroom before you walk home. For some strange, weird, odd reason, 2 minutes before you're pressed to pee. Just 2 minutes, like Papa. The rest of the journey, it ain't so bad. It ain't so bad. It ain't so bad. And I'm saying, like, you good. You good on the Kalahari trudging. Water. Mara, 2 little poles, 2 street lamps be en route home, 2 poles away from Gojarading. That's when you start to feel like you need to use the loo like no man's business. Distance of which ain't jack once you are all grown up. Once you go visit Gogo, you realize this was nothing. Why ming ravazagaga? Why ming trapagaga? And the grandshop, I was fitter back then because I was a kid. I had a lot more agility. I was a kid, so why ming ravazagaga? Izok ravaza, of course, when you are endured through it every single day, when you've got to be forced that. Ugo walked that every single day. That was my challenge, Mina, on the camera. Yeah. I did not. My mom used to always like moving to places that were so far. Oh goodness, they were always so far from where the taxi dropped me off. If at all, I did not live close to my school, and so therefore, if I could walk to school, my school was far enough to be irritating to walk to. Okay. And to walk back from. And if I was far from school and I had to use taxis, still where the taxis would drop me off, trudge, Kalahari, it's really like patch of road. Like Comrades Marathon, you out here doing athletics when you didn't sign up for it. But long distance, it's a marathon. It's not even 200 meter. It was always such a distance. Gender-based violence. That's what's good. I never actually knew what my true complexion was, my skin tone. I did not come to learn what my true God-given complexion was until I was working in corporate South Africa, because that was the first time in my life when I was able to duck enough of the sun to not get so much melanated skin all up in my grill getting darker. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I was always in the sun. In corporate South Africa, the sun was not sufficiently risen for me to get burned by it in the mornings, and even when I was using taxis. And by the time I chased out from work, the sun was sufficiently set for me to not get ravazat. And only then did I start to know, oh, actually, I'm not all that dark. Like, I grew up thinking I grew up thinking I was dark. My grandmother gang pizza Dala. Like, she called me Dala. Some days. Because I was always getting burned by the sun. It was only in corporate when I realized that I was slap bang in the center of the yellow bone complexion of my mom and the dark skin of my dad. Somewhere in the middle. I never got to see that mix until basically what would be the 10 amount of brown. Yeah. Like caramel. It's not quite vanilla and it's not quite chocolate. It's something in the middle. It's like, I only discovered that I got a caramel skin tone. I guess it's like a corporate South Africa, and even then it would take years for my skin to go back, to revert, because it takes time for your, like, exfoliation. For even when you've got post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, it takes months sometimes for you to fade that hyperpigmentation, even with tyrosinase inhibitors, even with vitamin C, even with niacinamide, even with you'll be out here fading something dark over 4, 5, 6 months. So it took me years to finally find home base, like to find my baseline true skin color. I never knew my true skin color till I was a good 2-3 years as an employee in corporate South Africa. I was like, yo, mina ngaze ngadakwa ngadotshwa ngabalekwa ngamo colorism community, like the colorist black community that out here be hating on chocolate skin. Yeah, that's what's good. You know how they be baba prefer hambangevura petumtano yellow. They prefer yellow bones, and I was always so crazy insecure about my super dark skin on the come up, even though it was quite frankly pretty. Meyinhle mengifuna ukuba bright njengoma wami uyellow and whatnot, mara I was tapering closer to my dad's complexion because of letsatsi, and only once I had come out from schooling days and having to trudge through the blazing sun did I finally come to essentially experience 5'2" complexion in the right? I'm not a yellow bone and I don't desire to be one. Mara, I didn't know about it until I was like a good, like I said, 2 to 3, maybe even 4 years after my first job in corporate South Africa. My grandmother, do you understand what I'm saying? Because of the fact that I was as dark as I was. That whole thing happened because of the fact that I was always trudging in the blazing sun. I was always trudging in the blazing sun. I like breed taxi rank, random long walks from where it is that they drop you off at Texini to where it is that you now are. Once you finally get home, for you to get there, it was just such a thing. And I mean, I was always here, no matter the umbrella, no matter what. If I barely ever carried an umbrella, actually, that would be a lie. But I always had something like buka or something that I would put here to try and limit how much like darkness I can endure. I was always ducking the sun because of colorism in the black community, colorism of which I'll just be wreaking havoc in people's lives. I'm so distracted. I'll just be wreaking havoc in people's lives. Trying to make black girls, be as yellow as they possibly can, using funny little creams in order to make yourself a yellow bone when you were born dark. I'm glad I finally came to embrace the skin tone some for what it was, but colorism really did have a field day with me, and it did not help that I was always trudging in the blazing sun, darkening myself even further, and then experiencing this particular challenge like proper yazini, guys. Yo, I know share my life, yazi. Oh, you don't understand. Like the way I am just so encircled by crazy people. Like you don't understand. Umuntu just kind of hovering around you, just so they can. Like I'm distracted. I can't even maintain my train of thought. But that's just the thing, right? I have been made a middle-aged woman that cannot get out, drive somewhere, or have privacy in her own house to record videos without distractions. Those of you that are content creators, I dare you to create a coherent, peaceful message that is from beginning to end without distractions, that is somewhat giving, whatever you're trying to share, whatever you're trying to speak, without any interruptions in the middle. I dare you to try and do that fluently, non-stop, without getting new takes when there's like 10 people out here talking in the background or walking or whatnot. You set time apart, right? In order to rock up and speak. You set time apart in order to rock up and do what you do, because you know you need to focus. Even when you have a script, or even when you're unscripted, especially if you're doing talking head videos, you just cannot have distractions. Yeah, but me, I am made to have to just, like I said, trudge through these streets kunjalo nje, and just take it kunjalo and hope ukuthi by the time I deliver this message, whatever interruption was encircling me, ihambile, it's gone, or rather I bonakali, it's not piercing through, it's not giving. Anyway, whatever. Let's get back to the point, because the distractions are now gone, and hopefully they'll be gone for long enough for me to finally piece back all the different things that I said that are out here flailing around, flying like balloons setwiling moya. My hope is that I'll be able to come back together and piece them again in a way that's coherent. Yeah. So here it is that you're trudging through the sun out, you're getting darker than normal. walking a distance that you later come to learn ain't jack, because when you're driving home to your parents' house or your mother's house or your grandmother's house, you discover that distance was nothing. Back in the day, why? Because I had to do it every single day. And I made mention of the fact that when I was on the come up, my mom used to buy houses or live in properties, townhouses, wherever, that was just always so far from where the bus dropped me off, from where the taxi dropped me off. So I was first of all afflicted by the walk to the taxis from school, and then the walk from the taxis to home. And it was just always just such a drama for me to endure going back home and also going to school. Yeah, that's what's good. The whole experience, that is a Kalahari thing. 2 minutes before you get home, you be out getting a bladder engaga. Mafike Jartini for crying out loud. Omonto. Wacha ufufuletswe. Tsweregetlan. Cause how I fed was sufficiently. Hot dog yago tax shopping did not quite kill it or cut it. Do you understand? Mazimba or mafufura wa rekiling from Mukozi outside of school, yo, and I did not do the job. That's what's good. All up in this grill, all you hearing is top of that, your bladder is super full. I'll fika jara thing. Yo, dog. Unless you live in a townhouse complex, in which case, good for you. Mara, there was a time when we lived in Ntlu, and my mom, we for good reason, because we had been robbed, burgled once or twice before. I was like, I need to pee. I need to pee. And you out here, and you're like shaking about, moving, doing the twist on the spot, like proper, come on, baby. Let's do the twist. Come on, baby. Watch Iva. Take me by the little hands and go like this. So this Kia. Also, what he change. You take this one. You don't. You live in a small little 3-bedroom house with a gate at the beginning. Burglar proofing in front of the main door. There should be no more than 3 keys in your stash. There should be no more than 3 keys. Skiasa gate. There should also be Skiasa burglar proofing, and Skiasa burglar proofing tended to be this one. I get it. So it's easy to find because it's the only one that looks like this. And then Skiasa Munyago should be like this. Mara, no. Guys, you can't see me. You're doing the twist. You're like this. And then you drop it. That you had put in your blazer pocket. I get a pocket that is inside your blazer. Sometimes it's so deep down, it takes so long for you to even get it. So first, all that Kia, come on, and then out center. You're doing the twist, Katie. And precisely because you are pressed to pee, it's so hard to find these kids. Finally, you find the wrong key. Walking us on, and then you turn it both directions. It doesn't fit. Mara logo. And then you change it. And then you try again. And then you try again. We put away the kids. When there's only 3 entry levels, there should be just 1 key for the gate. There should be 1 key for the burglar proofing and 1 key for the doyanku, so you can just fly in there. But nah, you've got all these keys, and you come to learn that A1 thing with your garage, the double locking, because more thing will be the lock A2. And then there is the chute. So it takes forever for you to open it. The chute, this thing, that you open like that. Shoot ya thing like it's seen days, it's seen rain, it's seen lightning strikes. It has seen natural disaster. So because it rusitse, never mind it's uneven. It's uneven. So because it's uneven, first and foremost, first of all, you gotta find the right skier for the lock. Finally, when this one goes in, you then remove the lock, and then and then the chute. From the bottom. You have to take the gate so it is even, and then after that, because it a chute should just go in and out like zoop, zoop. That's a good, well-functioning chute, okay? Latch, maybe some chute latch. It should just go in and out very easily. Do you understand? But no, we're not trying to cook a gate develop, because if you don't cook a gate, forget it. You're not gonna prosper with. Even when you do that, a lot of times I thought so. Because you have to first level gate. So I level. How could we level? Shoot that thingy because it's on the inside of the gate and not on this side. The gate, one of the the sections are gate, and then from this side, we cookie like the one hand, and then with this hand, moving it from left to right, and then you're like, finally, it opens, and then only gate you're still pressed to pee. You're still doing the twist. Come on, baby. Let's do that. You then unlock again, catch up. I'm boiling. Find the gate. No. If you leave it like that, when there's all these tuba you don't even get to go jarateng, use the loo, come back or here later, here same time, cause you don't know so on shapa the twisty twanze then you then have to rock up and you don't even understand why getting a double gate, but that's all your mother could afford. I get a normal gate, only a small little one for foot traffic, and then there's the big one but if your mama could only afford the double open whammy door, for just your only need individual person, if you had at least you'd have less effort, but no. So and same process again. Same process. Put the chute in, making sure if you get to the point where you can put the lock in. We lock it and then chain it. We wrap it again 7 times and then put lock your chain. So you lock. I get it nearly 2. First, I forgot to mention the lock that is on the chute. There's then the lock on the chain. So you how can the one on the chute or the okalaka chain and then ya chain and then the one ya lock. Only then can you be able to have and you gotta do that whole process but in reverse. You gotta reverse engineer that process just to clear. Yo. As in black people ngiyazbuza crash up ani hijack kwanje. Yini? Emagetini enu just because of how onerous the process is yokuvula nokuvula amagate. The very thing you're trying to prevent. Do you not get mugged, hijacked, stuck, stick him up, held at gunpoint, give me your purse, give me your laptop, because of how long it takes for you to get inside a gate Anyway, at least now 2024 black people sebenza imali, so uyakhona ufika ejardini and just go beep beep, uyopressa i-button and then the gate yakuvulela beep beep, the gate ivaleke futhi. Matter the amount of time that it took for people to get in to Mandlu mahabona, you would think ukuthi thina sihlala angazi, like waiting slap bang in the center of apartheid South Africa. I could say like where violence in Jefela was just angazi, like like you're living in the kingpin mafia town. Pablo Escobar, the way anyway, whatever. So you be out there doing that, right? Unzo oshapa the twist, and then you have to do it again. Oshapa the twist on the spot. Uki, but at least ukiya takes less time because you don't have to find these kiya. It's just a matter of going khotlo and then putting the chain back on, and then you walk still trudging through driveway. Do you understand? Driveway very uncomfortable because it's not real paving. Black people back in the day when you couldn't afford paving, and then you put a whole bunch of amatlapa on the floor to give it some kind of a look of paving. Matlapa ow. School shoes. That's like it. First of all, they're uncomfortable and got you walking barefoot, and then secondly, they get into your shoes. So they make your walk even worse. You have to wait to get in the house to empty. Why is it getting in my shoe? I am not walking at the beach where the sand is where your foot digs into the sand sufficiently enough to be able to get in your shoe, and yet somehow school shoes from the pavement from the driveway, sorry. So over and above against the twist because if you walk properly finally you get to the door yet again. Trying to find the right key. Fine, your burglar proofing is easy to find, right? You just find this one and then you unlock the burglar proofing. Dog, you've got the key at the sword. You don't know why do you live there. One is for your door. The other one, ever since there was a robbery going, they changed the locks, but then you didn't change it. So you don't know which of these two are that. And maybe Honali's Kia sa garage something. Yeah, so there's 3 of them. So you are still here. Again, the next one. Finally, get to the third one. I was so pressed to be Kojima to the bathroom, and then you pee. Finally. Fine. So you finally get to pee, alright? You finally get to pee, and now you're like, oh. And now you are walking leisurely. Right? If you're anything like Karabo, you don't get out of your school uniform. You be out there watching cartoons in your school uniform. What thing you have is gonna be like, how's change? What is wrong with you? Right? Stay in your school uniform. And now it's time to make lunch. You are hungry, ulambe. You've got hungry look. You've been through the Kalahari and Sahara Desert. You've been through the Serengeti. You have been in a desert. And there's been no manzi. So you, because Hlongwane and the good health practices, obatla oros or obatla juice mixang, whatever it might be, sigzo or whatever, right? Rather than oros, and then you open a fridge and hahona oros. Hey Fedi Lebatong, how about the maids for whatever reason? How about I see now I need to pee because now I'm doing. the twist. Let me go pee. Get off it as in guys. Lasagna, witchcraft, injalo, like bo experience that I am trying to give you now to explain what at some point it's just not giving anticlimax after trudging through life enzima nje. After hurting wonke umuntu la emgaqweni, after awufika kokhaya you've got these blackjacks in your jersey. We put out no matter I was walking mo footpathing. I need to pee, man. I need to pee. I'm back. Yeah. Blackjacks. That's where I finished off. Muki Felitzing thing. Yes. Blackjacks. Blackjacks. Like you ask yourself, when did these things get on your jersey? Your school uniform. Difficult. How? Because when you were walking through that funny little terrain, you had maintained yourself mara footpath of which was so far from the Fate on the left and on the right, and yet somehow you've got a whole bunch of blackjacks, Mujezi. You've got a whole bunch of blackjacks. How now? There's nothing you can do to maintain. Yeah. So let's say the blackjacks that you are busy out here picking. So when you have gone through that kind of dangerous, rough terrain, trudging through it, you deserve oros e batang. Mara obula friji, unale that much is like at the very bottom of the juice tin can whatever jar, the juice jar. Who says again? How we are go? We just got the ice. How we are go pantry? Or let the oros we mix it when self fedil. Your siblings, your sister, lemmelte batong by fedis oros name. Regular 2 weeks ago, guys. Egana, like the big one, 5 liter. If edile jwang, after nako ena. Leno ele jwalo sonora, hali mixi. Is that what's good? Ali tell metsi ne. Leno ele diluted jwalo. Is it diluted sorry ele sonora ke feel nkare le lona le di alcoholic tsa orose. Like drinking it stiff ele sonora, like drinking Smirnoff ele jwalo nje fela sonora. Without mixing it, haba desh. But to haba desh, guys, because orose fela jwang after 2 weeks. I don't remember drinking this much oros mara otla. You will get just that little drop on your tongue. Now you're the rich man in the flames of hell, asking for Abraham to send Lazarus to put a drop of water on your tongue. Not drop orose, and then the rest it because I mean what else are you gonna do? Yeah, hey, when you are forced to drink water because hakuna juice or hakuna Coca-Cola, dintonja fela tse fela nka pizza paraffin off the shelf, we put on mara o dula o phela le gluten. King, o phela le gluten king. Fine, o se hayo. Mara jwanong we tshotsa gore now that your bladder is empty, just like me, I'm nice and relieved hona no akere. Bladder ya gawe empty, o borwa ke ra gona o se mara it's okay. O ja force la eka. Oja was like a deck when and you are telling yourself for king making all different kinds of things. How bread bean. This is what I'm getting at. Zinjandini ubthakathibenu. Yile process very unfortunate. You're the poor 16-year-old. You're the poor 14-year-old, 12-year-old coming back from school. Yeah. It's bad enough your life already rough. Njefela wa singa wa ravaza. You are the most completely disregarded in terms of your general needs person. That's what's good. Like you have been shunned and rejected by the God of the universe for what it is that you are practicing. Over and above because there tends to be judgment on your life from the moment you commence with witchcraft. It is not all systems go. It is I like to compare it to the law of marginal returns, diminishing marginal returns, which I'm going to get to just now. It yields very little fruit throughout your entire reign of terror until such time that you either pass away or repent or stop doing witchcraft because you realize it's not giving. Ubula bread bean, we're not all dependent on Satan. That's a bad parent. That's what's good. Ubula bread bean, na kopana le force layer tenka nenti iteng mara ke force layer machila at the very tail end of loaf-of bread, on the very tail end of Sasko or Albani. The last 4 slices including crust. That's all there is in the bread banana. force line. Esele. Etry. In a crust. What do I do to deserve this? This is not my life. I deserve this treatment. Usisi wako ekseni wenza isikhaftini, uma wakho wenza isikhaftini, uma wakho na night before akathenganga isinkwe esitsha. Yeah, wenza isikhaftini aya kumsebenzini kasona uswaha wenza isikhaftini wasala force lie. And the last four at the very end, including crust, and that's all you got. And it's just looking at you. There's a tumbleweed in the bread bin. It's just rolling around. Somebody even had the brazen audacity for plastic. I thought that was a sandwich. I'm off a plastic, so now you gotta deal with the knot. Once away. Way more full. And when you touch it, you are hoping at least it's fresh. You're hoping or at least it's fresh. At least. You are hoping or at least be fresh, and then you come to discover it's 3 days old. It's not quite moldy, it's not quite rotten, mara it dry. It dry. You know that kind of bread that when you bite into it, obona, like starch, dog, like it's kind of white. It's giving pofu. Have you ever had pofu or a papa? It's a pehwang hand, and there's still a little bit of impupunga pagat potu. Kamahar. Higher pehwa hand. You know that the center of papa thing, if you how kai kata ka lepel ka spoon o bona phofo ya teng nje fela e go atlhametse e re kopa o ntshele mentsi o nkgotlise pitseng o rekela butswa tu because I ka butswa ya go jwetsa hore don't eat me because you're gonna be fry and nar. Bo old gives vibe ya photo mo mahareng a papa esa phegwang sentle hona le bo white and happy bo crunchy, but not the kind of crunch that you get from a freshly baked loaf of bread. Bo crunchy because bo dry. I had to go and fetch tissue because I'm out in the car, and all this laughing is making my nose runny. But I don't care about decorum at this particular juncture because I'm getting a point across. Heaven does not like you. Guys, because of what you're involved in, you are Esau, you are rubbish. And with all of this rubbish that you are walking in, you are like teenagers who have been neglected seasonally, and they ufilanga plight because ya gago ha itlhaloganywe ke satane mara satane o tlo tlhaloganya plight ya hao neng harate batho. He steals, he kills, he destroys. Christ is the only one that gives life and life abundantly. You are not going to get given undue favor from Mahodimong when you are out here persecuting the body of Christ. Lankutwa. Nitlo nna jaaka di teenager tsena or di preteen. Tse fitlang gae after a hard day of walking. O tshwere ke tlala. Yay? Adults, Lona, that work in corporate South Africa. You can eat as soon as you feel a little bit of a grrrr. But y'all know we're waiting for tlala. There are no more making starved people on earth, albeit living in an environment that has plenty of food than children. Because kids have to wait guys, before they can eat lunch because of classes. They also have got to wait until they get home after school to eat. There are such long stretches of dry desert land before children can enjoy meals. Do you understand? So they are by far the most starved people in a family, however, that is not going through famine. They have to wait much longer than most people. When go corporate, as soon as you feel a little bit of a grrr, you go to the canteen. As soon as you feel a little bit of a grrr, you out your queuing, go and ditcho. Le impatient. Maybe that's why the Bible says that the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these. Kids have an inbuilt delayed gratification even for the receipt of food. They can be hungry for 4 hours before they can eat because tshwanetse ba eme for the bus to get home. Tshwanetse ba eme go lo pick up. Tshwanetse ba eme. And if it's going to be 4 hours before they get home, they just gotta wait to eat only in 4 hours. You don't have to deal with any of that. You can eat at any time during the day, even when it's not lunch, because you can eat right at your desk. Go officing. Kids are not allowed to eat in class. They're not allowed to eat any other time other than allocated times to eat. So they have to wait for appointed times for them to eat. So Hobanyanza is just it's unreasonable, frankly. The Bible says the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these. They know how to wait. Delayed gratification iyafundiswa to abantwana. They are being trained delayed gratification by people who in and of themselves cannot exercise that kind of self-control. Anyway, whatever. Y'all, however, in the occult are much like kids that are out here enduring trials.